Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the another session of Stillness Beat Stillness Beat 365-day program. It is an year-long program where we'll be meeting every single day, and we'll be doing meditation for 45 minutes, listening to the wisdom and sharing the experiences. So friends, the pattern remains the same. So we'll start the session with meditation. And I invite Sharath to guide us into today's meditation.
Hi, Sirisha. Good morning. Yeah, it was wonderful day today here. So, my dear masters, let's get ready for the meditation. It's very important to understand that it is not important where you're sitting meditating, right? It could be a noisy place, it could be a very serene and silent place. It is all about how you are entering into the meditation. That is very important. So for that reason, many people do different things, pranayama, right? Some people do yoga, but those are not essential. You can directly come to breath observation. So the approach is very important. Method is different, right? Approach and method both are different. All right, let's create a 12 seconds separation between the noisy world and the world of meditation. Sit quietly and drop everything. Drop your identity. Don't sit with your name or any identification. Just sit as is. Drop the ego. The first thing is bring into awareness whatever is happening in your surroundings. They are not disturbances. They will actually take you deep into meditation. It could be anything. A train running by or any natural sounds. Could be someone talking in the next room. Bring everything into your awareness. So the method what we are going to use is very simple. It's Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. Steps are very simple. You can see on the screen. If you have specs, remove it. We don't need it. You have to sit in comfortable posture to sit for longer duration. Clasp your fingers. Cross your feet. Close your eyes and be with your natural breath. While closing your eyes, close it gently. Don't close it like this. Close it like slowly. Now, with all those steps, close your eyes gently. As you bring everything into your awareness, you will see that breathing is happening on its own at whatever frequency according to your state. Start observing the breath. The best point where you can start observing the breath is after you inhale and then exhale. The inhalation starts on its own without you doing anything. That is when be with the breath. Exclusively be with the breath. Many things will zoom at you, cut them out, including your thoughts. Relax your body, let go of any stiffness. Relax. Be very sincere. Don't give in to your thoughts. Do not count your breath. Do not visualize anything. Don't chant any mantra. Don't have any expectations. Be as is. Don't give anything to your mind which will take you away from meditation. Just observe your breath. Meditation unifies everything. Each one of us will reach a less thought frequency state, thereby synchronizing our minds with others. A great group healing will take place. Continue observing your breath for the next 5 minutes. Relax. Get back to breath. Observe the continuity of your breath from external to internal. senses are sufficiently withdrawn, they are near the source. Go deeper. Keep observing the breath. From external to internal. Continue observing your breath until I call you back. Masters, we are near the source. We are at the space of energy and healing. A right place to be. From this space, let's heal ourselves and heal others. We need to heal ourselves to heal others. So mentally repeat the following affirmations along with me. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Take responsibility. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Also, let's make the following agreements with life. I will be impeccable with my words. I will not take anything personally. I will not make any assumptions. I will do my best at all the times. Be in this state for the next 3 minutes, Masters. Last 1 minute. Last 30 seconds. Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rub your palms. Keep it in your closed eyes. Slowly open your eyes to here and now. Excellent. So, the meditation is not just when you have to do in the morning or afternoon or the evening. Whenever you get time, do meditate. It's very important. All right. So, Sirisha, what is the next segment? Thank you.
Yeah, so if you could, do the wisdom today, because
All right. Okay. So, we'll keep it very short today, very important, so that we understand. So, today, what we are going to talk about is how the mind body is connected, mind and body. And we will talk about how meditation is going to really help regulate your body and also your mind. So let's get into a simple understanding. So your brain is an organ. Let's talk like that, right? Take it like it's an organ. Your mind is perceived through brain. That is how it is. Your consciousness link is with brain to mind. So your mind is perceived by brain and brain connects rest of your body. Now how brain is regulating your entire body. Your brain, when you are really agitated, when you are really angry, when you are frustrated, then in your brain, lot of neurons fire randomly. Your brain is space arranged, is a spatial, right? Each part of your brain has a certain functions to control. So it keeps firing here and there when you are mostly stressed. We call it as neuroplasticity through neurotransmission, right? Prithvi might have explained this before. So these keeps firing, right? How? Because some thought might have agitated, something you have seen, some interaction which might have got, right? All these things what I talked about, interactions, the thought, is the mind aspect of it, which is happening in your consciousness, which is impact your brain to fire different neurons. When it is firing, what happens is your body is regulated, your entire body is regulated by two systems, right? One is, we call it as biochemical system, hormones, and another one is your neurotransmission, right? We call it as white nerves, right? There are two important nerves called vagus nerve, right? We'll talk about only one, vagus nerve. These are the two systems. Your vagus nerve is connected all the way up to your kidneys, which is backside of you. So these are the two systems. So how thought is actually how this firing of neurons is causing the issues. So this is where the psychosomaticity will come into picture, right? Psychologically, the mind wise, because of this rapid firing, because of stress, right? There is a part called, there is an area called, we call it as deep brain, right? Called hypothalamus. That hypothalamus, just below that, very important gland, which is called pituitary gland. That is what we are actually regulating through meditation. Very important. We are regulating. Under pituitary gland, there will be a pineal gland. We are not talking about pineal gland today. That Prithvi will cover later. This pituitary gland, along with your hypothalamus, controls your hormones, right? That hormones, just imagine a simple anger will fire your neurons rapidly, which will make your hypothalamus go haywire. It will stop responding. It will give a signal to your body. There are two important systems. One is your respiratory system, which is controlled by your vagus nerve. That is where you talk about sympathetic and parasympathetic, right? Signals. Your sympathetic will give you a beat, a parasympathetic will rest, right? That's how it is. Maybe I have told it reverse, but that's what happens. That is nervous system. But your hormonal system is controlled by hypothalamus. When you are stressed, when your neurons are just firing, you are not meditating, right? Just firing, no, so many thoughts. It will go and impact. It will release a particular kind of a, a hormone which will signal your kidneys to release cortisols, adrenaline, which is a stress control, response. If it is, it should not be released like that, right? Just like that, every day, every time, 24/7, it should not. It is only when you are in extreme danger or you are in extreme stress, then only. But if you are all the time in stress mentally, this cortisol gets released. This cortisol will deregulate your insulin, which controls your metabolism, right? So that's why people who are in stress, it causes metabolic disorders, where and immuno diseases, right? It will completely wreck your immune system. So when your metabolism is go haywire, that is when you will get type 2 diabetes. That's how the stress is related to type 2 diabetes, right? Psychosomatic C, some stress which is mental activity, not bodily stress I'm talking about. Bodily stress will never cause an issue. It might create a scratch or little inflammation, right? But mentally stress is completely wreaking havoc with your endocrine system, your hormonal system. So what is happening here? The cortisols are sustainedly released to cope up with your stress, which is response to control the stress. Then what is happening? It is metabolism is gone. So some people will wonder why I'm eating less, I work all the time, but I still have diabetes. And that is one reason, right? Immuno. When your immune system goes haywire, your body's cell division, right? Which will be perceived, if immune system is not properly regulated, will be perceived as some attack, which actually causes skin diseases, in some people cancer, right? So See how stress can wreak havoc, right? So how your psychological state is impacting your mind. Everything is logic, medical, right? There's a medical evidence to this. Now, how meditation is going to help you is very important. So when you're breathing, right? When you're breathing external to internal, this is very physiological, right? It is not happening. You will perceive it, right? So this is controlled by a simple muscle reflexes, right? There are some 35, 36 muscles which are including your diaphragm, helping you to breathe in, breathe out, which is controlled by your involuntary, part of your brain, right? So autonomous nervous system, we'll call it as. It is happening automatically. But as you meditate, this breathing will slowly reduce, become shallower, right? If you have watched spiritual, there is one video you can go and watch. It will go and slowly stop. And if you are really sincere and observing your breath to everything, right, to the slightest sensation, you will reach the inner breath, which happens on your spinal cord. Up, down, up, down, up, down. This is not Kundalini, okay? Don't go there. Up, down. And that is keeping us alive. And that is energy movement, right? You know what is controlling that up and down? Your pituitary gland, hypothalamus, right? So imagine if you are stressful and your hypothalamus in combination with your pituitary gland. Hypothalamus, just below that, there is a pituitary gland, a small shape, right? What happens? Even your internal breath on your spinal cord is also disturbed. Your vagus nerve transmits erratic, signals. So what happens when you meditate, when you calm down, when there is no stress, when your neurons are not firing, right? That is when your pituitary gland, your hypothalamus signals your pituitary gland to release two hormones, very important, dopamine and serotonin. When dopamine and serotonin is reduced, your cortisol will be signaled to stop. So your cortisols will go on, right? Will be gone. It will be very less. Still, you need cortisols. Otherwise, you cannot. While you walk, right? You need cortisols a little bit. When the serotonin and and dopamine gets released, that is when the relaxation happens. That is when the body will start healing biochemically. Right? We'll not go into the spiritual aspect of it, how the 72,000 nadis are getting blocked. That is subject for some other day. But see how your a simple stress, mental activity, overthinking, unnecessary indulgence cause wreaks havoc with your endocrine system, right? So keep this in mind. Meditate daily, right? Your pineal gland, for example, releases melatonin, right? Which regulates your sleep, your circadian cycle, right? So keep this in mind. When you meditate, the dopamine will be 70% released, 30% serotonin will be released. If dopamine is sufficiently released, serotonin is not required. Thereby, it will regulate your kidney. Your kidneys are also protected. Heavy flow of cortisols will also damage, along with adrenaline, right? Will damage your kidneys also. That's why you see so many renal diseases today. People going for dialysis at very young age. So with this, I will stop. This is the connection from mental, your psychosis to your body inflammations. So I will stop here. Hope this will, make a base for tomorrow's discussions. With Prithvi will talk more about this stuff. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sirish.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sharat. That was a wonderful explanation. Thank you. So, friends, let's move on to the experience sharing. I invite Sanjana to share her experience. Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello. Hi, everyone. Yes, I can hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, good morning, everybody. First of all, so today I am Sihat Sanjana. Currently, I am in Bangalore in my final year of BBA in Christ University. Today, I'm here to share my experience. Firstly, I have been meditating from, I can say, during the lockdown period, and I think most of us have been through meditation and have experiences during that time itself, because that's a time wherein we got time to switch, or we got enough time to introspect on ourselves than just work. And back then I was in my 10th grade, and I so that's when even our exams got cancelled. So I had an ample amount of time to experience a lot of things. And what I always wanted to do is that even on that time, even there were a lot of videos which actually said about how to improve your career. How do you know which is your best career path? There were a lot of things like that. And when I went through those videos, one thing what they always highlighted is about meditation. And that time what I thought is that meditation is a tool which can help me in my personal life for my growth to achieve whatever I want, because I'm a very goal oriented person since my childhood, and I thought meditation is just a tool for it. Well, back then my understanding was wrong. So today, with my experience, I want to take you all through the three steps which happened in me, which is like how I thought it was just a mind management to an inner alignment. So that was the first step. And the second step is how I started going from self to service. The third, which I'm in the stage right now, which is from the practice to the lifestyle. So I would like to take through all the steps, stages of my life one by one in the quick 7 minutes. So, firstly, as I mentioned earlier, I thought that meditation is just about mind management. So always I used to meditate, not for a long time, but for 10-15 minutes with a random meditation music online. And I would just sit still. But that's when even my mom came into meditation. It was completely coincidence, I can say, but nothing is coincidence in universe. However, so my mom came into Patriji meditation, wherein Ana-Pana-Sati meditation, and that's when my mom helped me in understanding, and I got a structure in my life on how exactly the meditation should happen. Even then, my expectation was just the mind management. And when I started meditating, a lot of things changed, because I understood that meditation just it does not have just the strength to improve your mind, but it has the capacity to align your entire inner system. Because what happened at that time was something remarkable, because without any expectation I used to just do that. But then during the same time I started having a severe health issue, and it was not solving even after allopathy, homeopathy, or ayurveda too. And doctor had also mentioned that I'll have to go through an operation to get it done. But then my mom took it as a challenge, and she asked the doctor for just 2 months of time, and within 2 months I'll be all right, is what she promised. And me and my father felt like it was a joke. My mom had taken meditation very very seriously, because she had hypertension and a lot of other issues, and it got solved without any medication. And she was also going through a lot of medications. But then when she got into meditation, it solved her issues without any of them. So she took it as a challenge, and for me it was something like a magic. I was like, how is it even possible? But then when seeing my mom with her, the level of belief she had on meditation, that's when I started feeling, I think something happened even with me. So I constantly started meditating. And at that time, in the month of December, we also went to Kartal. And there the pain, the health issues started increasing rapidly there. So when we went to the main pyramid in Kartal, and when we were meditating there, I had just one intention. I didn't even know that it's called something called as sankalpa. Sankalpa is something wherein you sit in with a purpose before meditating, and then it actually becomes true. So the same thing happened with me. I just asked in my meditation that I don't know how is it going to happen, but before I leave Kartal, I just want this problem to be solved. That's the only thought which was there in my mind during my meditation. And that was the first and the last thing which I actually asked, because then I thought, let me not pressurize it. So nobody taught me all these things, but it was just completely internal. It was completely self. And that actually happened in the same way. Even then, I could not believe the power of meditation, because as soon as I came back from Kartal, I actually I had healed. I no longer had any of those issues. But then it was strange for me to believe that just because of my one thought, it had changed. And what any medications could not do, but meditation did. So it took me another 1 to 2 months to understand the power of meditation, because I was testing if I still had that issue, or was it just my mind game thing that it has just gone. And then when we asked the doctor, even doctor said that it's a miracle. I think you do not have any issues, and we do not have to put you on any medications. Forget about any operations, but I don't think you even require any medication. And that's when everything started changing. And this is where we come to the step 2, which is going from self to service. And at this point, I started understanding that there is a lot to do about meditation, and there is something more for me that I have to learn. So that's when I became even more involved in PIMA, which is Pyramid Youth for Meditation and Ahimsa. Being a youth, I thought that it is my responsibility for the other youth to understand what meditation is like and why is it actually important for each and every youth to go through it. We might actually ask the youth to come into meditation for their inner peace and their inner work and things like that. But in the end of the day, meditation is performed to understand your own self and to connect internally with your body and mind. So this is what I started understanding. I started reading a lot of other books about manifestations, etc., and etc., and I started taking sessions. And within just 1 year, I took more than 60 to 70 sessions. So that's where even my communication started increasing. My horizon of understanding a lot of things regarding spirituality also started increasing, and it started benefiting me on a personal level in my life too. So this was the transformation from a self to service. And now moving on to the third stage, wherein the practice turns into a lifestyle. So from past 3 years, meditation has not just been a very exercise to just manage my mind or manage my health, but it has become like a lifestyle. So I can say it's like a hygiene and not just a discipline. Hygiene in the sense we take a bath every day, we brush every day. In the same way, I meditate every day, because that is the most essential thing a person can do in the morning and in the night. In the morning, so that your day starts with an entire connection and you don't have any doubts. So whenever I have any problems in my life, or when I have any confusions or dilemma, what I do is that I just sit for meditation and I just get a clarity. So nobody asked me, nor do I go to ChatGPT or have endless conversations with me. It's just me and my thoughts, my mind, and everything is just connected through meditation. And that's what I do in the morning. And in the night, for introspection and for peaceful sleep, I do meditation, because since my childhood, I used to have vivid dreams. It is because I had a restless mind. And so from the time I've come to meditation, all those problems have been solved, and I have sound sleep in the night. And with that, it has given me clarity in whatever things I wanted to in my life. And also, it is helping me a lot in my current achievement. So, this is my entire experience of my meditation. Because what meditation has helped me is when the inner system is aligned, life knows how to move. So this is one thing which I've completely started understanding. And the another thing is that we have all these sessions because growth accelerates when practice meets the community. So we are the community of meditators and seekers. So our growth will accelerate one only when we actually share our experience, our thoughts, and even our knowledge. The wisdom increases through meditation. So it's not just about meditating, but also understanding a lot of intricacies about it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Sanjana, for that wonderful sharing. It was very inspiring to, I'm sure, for every one of us here. Thank you, Sanjana. So, friends, so we'll conclude today's session and we'll meet you all again tomorrow at the same time. Until then, take care. Thank you. Bye bye.